Man, so then you're not gonna outwork our loyalty.
Why you outside and your stuff ain't on point?
And also with me,
Why you
grief is not just associated with death. People think that grief is just
warm here to you, or is it just me?
No, I'm always cold. So I'm always
cold.
good.
I'm hot nature.
I'm always cold, man. So. Yo, what's good, man? Welcome to another edition of the Dope Ash Conversation. I'm in Memphis at home in what we call the Haven, man. We in the Haven right now, man. White Haven, Tennessee, 38116 here at Beleaf Cigar Company, y'all, man. It's a very, very dope, man, cigar lounge. If y'all ever want to put up, man, come through, man. Hot at Antonio Gardner right now. This is the owner. I'm here with him right now. Man, this is him right here, y'all. The man, the myth, the legend. Man, he got a lot of things about himself, bro, that we want to like tap into it, man. Y'all should get to know it, man. Another black-owned cigar lounge. If you ever in Memphis, stop through this. Antonio, what's good, fam?
Man, what's good? Everything good. Just, good Sunday afternoon. About to catch a little of this Tiger basketball.
Man, yes, sir.
Always good to sit and chop it up with you. It's blue around here.
Man, it is blue.
Tiger blood, baby. Tiger blood.
Hey, it is blue for sure. Shout out to Penny Hardaway, man. Look, Coach of the Year, AAC Coach of the Year.
Yes, sir.
Man, Memphis Tigers, University of Memphis Tigers. Y'all, if y'all know this word, then you know some Memphis State. Memphis State Tigers, man, conference champions this year. Man, we're looking to get into the Elite Eight there, Final Four, hopefully. Man, we looking to the championship. I said the championship, the championship for sure. But man, Antonio, man, believe, dog, like tell me about it, man. I believe going. Like, man, how y'all get started, man? How you started this jump? What inspired you to start this jump? All the things. So,
well, Beleaf started. It was originally a partnership. Me and one of my fraternity brothers sat down. Let me first say, I started smoking cigars over 20 years ago.
Okay.
When I was an undergrad. It's therapeutic. Just hanging around the frat house. Couldn't indulge in everything else that was going on. Started smoking cigars.
Okay.
And graduated, was able to afford better cigars and absorb the culture and learn what cigars were about. And I'm a nurse by trade, so I began travel nursing and learning about different lounges and different cigar cultures. And that made a good place for me to peacefully resolve after a long day.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, Antonio, they in live action right now, man. They live and direct right now, man. So he, man, open up his lounge every day at 12. So, man, like he is open for business, man. One of my favorite people in the entire world just came with this judge. You don't know about to put him on blast for sure, man, because like we finna talk, but yeah, bro. So you started 20 years ago, bro.
20 years ago, and me and my business partner and I originally started this. It's now it's just me.
Okay.
And we did our research and began to learn how to hand roll.
Okay.
So we started rolling cigars and moving about the city and going to different states and different cities. And the question was always asked, where can I get these cigars?
Okay.
And the thing is, when you start out like that and you have a product, that's the biggest thing. People want to have access to them. So we did our research. Whitehaven at the time was a food desert as it related to cigars. There was no options here in Whitehaven, so it looked as a premier spot. Sat down with the management of this particular strip mall, designed it, gave us specifications, came to an agreement with management, and the rest is history. Opened up this brick and mortar on November 18th of 2017.
Okay.
It was a good run. His actually my business partner's dad, we owe a lot of debt of gratitude to him because the first year he basically ran it so that we could keep our full-time jobs and time involved the way we needed to for the entire year. That was essentially 2017, 2018. Then in 2019, we had a small staff basically between one staff member and um, working out the quirks of the time schedule
Okay.
outside of our jobs.
Okay.
Speed forward to 2020, the pandemic hit. Um, there when it comes to staffing to adequately pay someone what they're worth is a bit of a task because of it depends on also the amenities and what you have to offer as it relates to your cigar lounge or
Okay.
what your business plan is. We don't sell liquor.
Okay.
We're strictly cigars, cigar um, novelties, just strictly cigar accessories.
Okay.
So that's where the money comes into it.
2017 got started. Man, it's 2025
Yeah,
right
pandemic.
now.
The
Pandemic.
good part about the pandemic, me being a registered nurse, I saw what COVID was doing, and it was not an option for me as it related to having people come in and smoke. The reason being, it is a respiratory infection.
Gotcha.
Where else would you exchange gases with people that you don't know their bubble or their circle? More than a cigar lounge. A cigar lounge is nothing but inhale and exhale. It was a
Mm-hmm.
no-brainer. So what I did was I shut the lounge down as a smoke option. You could come in and purchase, but you could not sit and smoke. It was a bit of a challenge, but I had a God above applied a good customer base that came in to support the business, and it existed throughout the pandemic.
Man, that's crazy.
It was
Pandemic.
none but the grace of God because it was
Uh,
pandemic was hard financially for everyone. Um, but the business supported itself. Wasn't a profit margin that I would have wanted, but
but you
it
survived.
took care of itself.
Right.
So that's all you want as a business when it comes to things like that and trials. So that's how it worked out. It's been a blessing, and here we are today.
Man, you survived the pandemic, so man, kudos to you. I'm gonna smoke to that one, man, for sure. Man, definitely had to smoke to that, man. So you survived the pandemic, but you 8 years in, bro. Some people don't make it 8 months into business. So like, as a black businessman who has a trade, who has a full time career, man, and then you have your own, not just business, but brick and mortar. There's a whole set of different issues, man. Like, how you doing it though? Like how you doing it?
Man, like I said, it ain't me. It's the grace of God that's supporting me, allowing me to do what I do. I'd be crazy if I said how I'm doing it because it ain't me,
Got you, got you.
But I am blessed. Like I said, I have a great support by my customer base, people from all over the city come here to smoke because what I believe in is a lounge. Traveling throughout the U.S., doing travel nursing and whatnot, I was able to observe what true lounge culture is.
Mm.
Now you have theme nights and things like that, and it you can actually do other things. But what I want is a lounge. I want someone where you can come and um, sit down, read a book in the corner if you need to, play checkers, dominoes, cards, all those things at a conversation tone to where the music's not so loud where I gotta yell at you.
Right, right.
I shouldn't have to stop what I have going on as far as entertainment is concerned for us to do a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lounge is. A lounge is a place where you can wind down and not be held down by everything that's going on in the lounge. Everybody should be able to have their own intricate dealing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's no knock to anybody else who has any other type of lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the places that people who want that atmosphere can go.
Right, right.
This is what we will have here in Beleaf.
Man, I appreciate that because man, in Memphis, we got cigar lounges popping up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Not just in Memphis, man, around the area, around the state, around the country. It's like it's the thing now, man. But you stick true to what you feel a lounge is, what you feel like, what the atmosphere you want for you, your patrons, you and your client base, you and your customer, you and your cigar family, guys. So that's live, bro. I commend you for that, man. Like, what are some of the challenges that you face? It's, I guess, twofold question. What's the challenges that you face, like as a cigar lounge owner, man, in that particular industry? then what challenge that you face as a business owner in Memphis, particularly in White Haven?
Well, one thing that I don't think that everyone that's who's coming to the cigar culture that are novice understand is cigar etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into a lounge, you should support the lounge. I've been to just about every lounge in Memphis, Tennessee, and I could have a pocket full of cigars or a humidor in the car or whatnot full of cigars. But when I walk in that door, I'm going to support that lounge.
Right.
That's something that people need to immerse in their minds and what they should know about the cigar culture. That's cigar etiquette. We should always do a good job in displaying that cigar etiquette and doing what's necessary to promote it. You know, we police ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
If I know you coming to the lounge 2 or 3 times or whatnot, and you don't buy a cigar, and you my friend, Mike, come on, man, bless the humidor.
Right.
You know, we got
Right.
to be accountable for one
Right.
another. You know, as it relates to businesses, whether it's black or white, whether it's whatever nationality the owner is, you support the lounge because it's somewhere that's being provided for you to go and smoke. You know, everybody can't smoke in their homes. I do. I walk through my house smoking cigars, you know, but that's because I've been able to afford myself those amenities to be able to do so. But cigar lounge is a place where people can step out of the heat in the
Mm-hmm.
summer, out of the cold in the winter, and enjoy a cigar indoors.
Man, that's what's up, man. And being a business owner in Memphis, seemingly where crime is rising. We're not the worst city ever, for sure. Like I ain't gonna never let nobody give us that jacket. But man, like, do you have any concerns? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, the safety of your patrons. Well, I know you ain't really got to have that part because you got some of the elite man shooters that come up in this
Yeah,
joint.
yeah. You
Uh,
know, and
man,
that's one thing I don't take for granted. People that I have that are part of my cigar family, their presence speaks. Their presence is known, and if you ain't doing wrong, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
right.
Now, I do hate that a lot of people fall victim to all the crime and things from a business standpoint that are going on in our city, but um, I hate it with a passion. I've been blessed where I've had few incidents where I had to involve law enforcement. Not many, because we're adults, we're grown, and we have to police ourselves in our own environment. I think crime is just a problem in our city. It's something we're gonna have to work at as a whole, as a unit,
Mm-hmm.
and basically support one another. You know, what you know you need to share. What you need to understand is if one of us is not winning, all of us are not winning because it's just your time. You know, it's just not your time to be a victim.
Right.
You know, the, all over Memphis, it can happen.
Right.
You know,
Right. Anywhere.
anywhere,
Man, anywhere,
anywhere.
man. That's one thing I tell my wife all the time, man, like with her work, she had to travel, throughout the city, check on some free spots. But I tell her all the time, man, always, always, man, pay attention to what's in front of you, what's on the side of you, what's behind you. Cause you just never know, man. You just really never know. And I tell her all the time, if you don't ever got doggone go get no gas by yourself, man, don't get no gas, period. How about that?
You have to
And
be
then
aware. Keep your head on the swivel.
yeah, and you got to definitely like, man, when you got to go out to the field do your stuff, you should give yourself a 3 p.m. cutoff. Like man, 4 5 o'clock. And 3 p.m. don't necessarily say nothing won't happen before then, but still, you just got to be smart around. I don't think a lot of folks move smart, man. Like I just think, man, some people get caught up because they ain't paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
They ain't paying
absolutely,
attention for sure.
absolutely.
Now, so I'll smoke to that for sure. So I guess last thing I want to just man kind of touch on for sure. So you're a black man, man, pro black. I'm pro black,
Absolutely.
man. You have personally, man, helped me help black boys. You know what I'm saying? In whichever way you can, bro. But you have definitely like helped support the work, man.
And I
Your,
commend you on that. You know, one of the main things we have to do is tap into our youth, help them see the potential that they haven't even tapped into. They have to give themselves a chance, and we need people like yourself who have boots on the ground, those grassroots organizations that are making those opportunities and enlightening the young folks on what they can be. Exposure is the biggest thing that I think that our children are not getting because they don't know
Facts.
anything outside their own communities, and
Facts.
that is a problem. We have to band together and show these babies that there are so many other opportunities and things that they're counting themselves out of by the daily decisions they make. That's why I commend you because I know you do it on the field. I know you do it off the field, related to just dealing with young boys. I mean, there's a true rule that the man is supposed to be the head of the household, but we don't have men being taught
Mm-hmm.
anymore consistently
Mm-hmm.
to fill in their role.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of our ladies are forced to do things that they wouldn't necessarily have to do. Shout out to those who are, independence is great, but we need to do what we can to empower our young boys to become men and teach our young ladies what it is to actually be a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Our ladies have to continue to step in on that and give a great deal of pride in how the young ladies carry themselves. We got to teach our boys and instill in them the pride so they can carry themselves in a necessary way. It's a lot that goes into it, and it's going to take all of us.
Man,
I may
facts.
not be able to be out on the football field supporting you in that way, but um, making moves that count is definitely something that we can all contribute to, and all like organizations that are grassroots and working in the communities. That's the way that we can support it. If you don't have a whole lot of time, you can distribute funds to people that you know they're going to use them the proper way,
Facts.
and help use the resources to help our children. Because at the end of the day, we it all comes back to God giving us these children so we can train them, so we can show them, not so they can raise themselves, which is happening most of the time right now.
Man, I see so many different ways. Man, I had to take a break, man, from November to about 2 weeks ago. I took a break from, man, like the work. I took a break from the work, man. Because you see so much, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you see so much, bro. Like, you hear so much, and I'm a head football coach of high school here.
Mm-hmm.
I run a nonprofit organization that serve black boys, but the things that people see, like, man, they doing great, man. They give out food. They may see all the good works. But the
Absolutely.
backside of the story that,
They don't
man,
understand what it takes.
like, like, man, I had a parent call me recently, man, to tell me she is kicking her son out her house. You know,
Crazy.
uh, he
Crazy.
can. She popping off like she pop like, "Call for to put him out, for to put him out." But check this though, like she say, "Man, coach, man, I let him come over here as a safe haven for him and his friends. Man, I let him like hang, kick it, you know, like man, coach, I even let him do some stuff like man, smoke weed, man. But you can't cuss in my house. The cuss in the house was the straw that broke the camel back.
Right. That's
That's the,
crazy.
but you can do whatever else that you want to do in this job.
Right.
But you can't cuss so man, like stuff like that, man, along with the incredible laundry list of things that you deal with on a daily, bro. I had to take a step back. I had to get myself together. I had to get my mental health together. I had to get, man, peace, bro. I've actually been in therapy for the last 2.5 months.
Oh man.
Every Friday, strong,
Yeah.
and we're unpacking grief right now from 2021. You know what I'm saying? And but it's important to me. But as a person that's in the medical field, as a black man from Memphis who cares about your community, has a business in the community, you add value to the economic side of the community, man. But do you also in the medical field, though? Like, and I know you're in the medical field, and mental health is just as important as my physical health. So, like,
Absolutely.
what are your thoughts about? I guess the narrative, the stigma, black men, man, we we shouldn't do counseling. We shouldn't. Man, we gotta be strong. We learn to take all this stuff, and man, we out here jacked up, and we don't know it, traumatized, and we don't really know it, bro. Like so, I just want to hear your take on that. Being one to see absolutely everything.
Well, I work at two specific mental health facilities, PRN, right now. I go, when I'm able to.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I really realize is that it all starts at home, and that's where it's being missed. A lot of the things that people don't have that used to be imparted upon you by your family at home are coping skills,
Mm-hmm.
anger
Mm-hmm.
management, how to handle things.
Mm-hmm.
These are lessons that we used to learn at home. It's not so much being taught at home now. So these people, young kids and young adults, go out into the community and they don't know how to handle one another. They don't know how to coexist. They don't know how to treat one another. As a black race, we don't love each other enough like we should. We have a lot of angry people here in town. We have a lot of, and not just in Memphis, it's everywhere. People are not being taught coping skills, social skills, and things of that nature. And that's why we have a lot of things going on which result in people being in mental institutions.
Mm-hmm.
Needs are not met, um, past history, and mental trauma that was suffered early in life are not addressed, which ultimately lead to these type of situations, and people are needing counseling. When you learn so much early at home, you were able to go out and function.
Mm-hmm.
When you had something happen at school, you already used to have a certain amount of coping skills, and you had those people that were at your school,
That's good.
adults, that
That's
would
good.
reinforce what you learned at home. Now, the way the system is, I think a lot of people who are in education have to deal with behavioral issues and don't really get a chance to get into the educational side as much as they need to.
Mm-hmm.
And those issues still exist after their workday is gone. They
Mm-hmm.
may get some good pieces from people at school, teachers. We got some great educators and people who are in the school system that are helping these children, but it's not reinforced when they get back home.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that they picked up positive at school may not allow them to survive once they leave the building.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is one of the challenges that we face in our city as it relates to mental health and
Mm.
things that go along with it.
Man, that's real. Man, that's real. So, bro, I appreciate you taking time out of your operational schedule, man, to have this conversation with you, man. So, listen, y'all, this is another edition of Dope Ass Conversation. We at Beleaf Cigar Company. This is actually the first stop of the cigar tour, man. We called it the acoustic vibes. We got my wife, Shantae Mosby, man, Jerome Chisholm, Steven Hunter, and Steve O. We call him Steve O, man. Steve Bethany come in, bring the acoustic vibe in his joint. But man, make sure y'all stop by Beleaf. The information is on the screen. Man, anything you want to say, bro, anything close, it's on you. You can close us out for sure.
Hey, this is Memphis. We are Memphis. We've had challenges before, but we can get past them. We just got to do it all together. It's going to take people like you and I, other people linking up, exchanging these ideas, and communicating. Communication is the biggest deficit.
Mm,
Real, genuine communication is the biggest deficit, I believe, in our city. People have other motives and things like that that
facts.
supersede the bottom line of what it is we need. And so what we have to do is do a better job of communicating, sharing knowledge, sharing resources, and getting down to it, because if we don't do anything about it, we can't expect any better results.
Facts. Facts real, man. Don't forget that, man. Again, Antonio Gardner, man. Gardner, I'm country. Antonio Gardner, man. Here, Beleaf Company, man. Don't y'all forget to make moves that count.
Ain't no game.
But true, but hey, man, I appreciate the conversation though, bro. Man,
Man,
love, man.
what
Yes,
a
sir.
pleasure.
Yes,
Let's do it
sir.
again.
Thank you for tuning in to Dope Ash Convo's podcast, brought to you by our wonderful sponsors, Paul's Clothing Line, The Breeze Lab, Lee's Urban Apothecary, and Cigars and Vibes. Stay tuned to what we got coming up next.